Hey you guys, it's Rashni, and I just realized that tomorrow is Valentine's Day, and February 14th is a big day for me because it's the day that I had my ultrasound and found out that my life was going to change forever because my son was going to be born with a bunch of medical problems if he lived at all. And then February 14th, that was 2012. 2013, February 14th is when I told you guys about the hell I had been through in the previous year with my pregnancy and my son's medical problems. And then last year on February 14, 2014, I finally told you guys his birth story. And then tomorrow is February 14th and I don't have a video for you guys. Not that I need one, but I just thought maybe I'd film something. Maybe I'll put it up. Maybe I won't. But yeah, I am just gonna ramble on and on about what this past year has been like. So first of all, I am heavy PMSing. Like, since my pregnancy, my whole monthly situation has changed. Like, I really didn't have a lot of horrible symptoms back before I had my son, who is in the back of the car, by the way. I don't know if you can see him back there moving around. But afterward, everything was pretty much exaggerated. So hormonal swings and mood swings are just off the chain until I actually get my period. So it's before that, and so I'm just feeling pretty down, pretty heavy. I'm happy that the sun came out because it was pretty gloomy, and that affects me as well. So also this past year with my son, it's been a lot. I will say it's probably been the best of the years, which would make sense, right? Because at first you're in shock, and you're in shock for a long time. And I'm not gonna lie, there are times where I feel like I'm still in shock. I'm still trying to accept the fact that all of this stuff is going on, and that this happened, and that I even had a kid, and you know, and that he has all these problems, and that he can't walk, and just all of this crap. What's going on with my hair right here? I need to take the razor to this. Anyway, focus. So yeah. So that's happening. However, I feel like I'm less and less in shock, and I'm more able to actually hear people say certain things that would really send me off an emotional cliff in the past. I mean, back when my son was first diagnosed, Valentine's Day 2012, I couldn't even hear, much less say the word Spina Bifida. It would make me just crumble. And now I hate saying it, but it is what it is. That is his diagnosis, and that's what I call it. It's his diagnosis, which means that's what the doctor said is called, so that's what I'm gonna call it for the ease of telling people what it is. Hydrocephalus, all that stuff. You know, it's gotten a lot easier. It's gotten a lot easier to be in all the meetings and the doctor's appointments. It's really overwhelming. You have so many doctors and specialists that you have to take him to, and they all do this every day. And so it's very matter of fact for them. They say some of the harshest things, like they would tell you the answer to what time is it, because they forget that it's your first time hearing it. And so it feels like somebody chopped your head open with a hatchet, and they just kind of say it like it's Tuesday, because it is Tuesday for them. And so those sorts of interactions are getting easier. Not easy, just easier. One of which is the fact that I am now attempting to get him to be enrolled in the school system, because he is going to be 3 later this year, and he will be eligible for special needs programs and education, and I would like him to get everything he is eligible for. So those meetings are ramping up, and because of that, there's going to be a lot of documentation. Specifically, I am working on evaluations and IEP stuff while transferring his IFSP to his IEP, if that makes any sense to anybody. I've been reading a couple books that were sent to me by a blog reader. Thank you very much, Boo Boo, like last year or year before. I don't remember when she sent them. I'm just reading them jokers. And they have been helpful, as well as previously participating in the First Steps program, and the IFSP process has been super helpful. So anywho, those things have been going down. That's what life has been like. I will say this: my son does not self-feed, nor does he eat solid foods, and my son does not walk. He is 33 pounds, and he is 2.5 years old, and I am exhausted. At this point, the majority of people with healthy children have the ability to have their child feed themselves in some way, shape, or form, and the child can eat solids or crunchy things or whatever. So, you know, I will sit sometimes and see people give their child a cracker with peanut butter on it, or have their child eating small pieces of chicken, and I don't know, just stuff my world don't even exist in that. And not only that, my son does not self-feed, so I am still spoon feeding him multiple times a day, and I am exhausted. Most people who have a child that is 33 pounds, that child can walk, so they can put the kid down, and he's heavy, he's dense, and I'm working on the whole, I'm working on the whole wheelchair thing right now. So, which kind of sucks, because at the same time, I think he is starting to notice that everybody is up and he is not up. So he's starting to be like, what's up with that? So he's always like, up, up, up. So he always wants you to carry him. And so it's like, at the same time that he's starting to become self-aware a little bit, he is heavy. So that's what this year has been like. Other than that, like I said, this next upcoming year, his 3rd birthday is coming up, and I shared with you guys that my husband and I have not, well, I shared with you guys that I wanted a baby a long time ago. Last August, I think I made the video. Bye-bye? Who's bye-bye? You back there saying bye-bye to somebody. Last August, I made the video during beta that I want another baby with Spina Bifida. That's still where I am. Haven't made a decision. You'd think I would have, but you know what? I don't rush myself. And he back there having a whole conversation with nobody. Dude, who you talking to? Can y'all hear him? Anyway, so anyway, this is a very rambly and unplanned video, as you can probably tell. However, I just figured I would do something to share with you guys. Other than that, he's doing well. His surgery was in December. If you've been following me for the past couple months, you know that. I did some videos and some updates and stuff. I'll put them down below for you guys. And he is doing really well. We have seen some improvements since the surgery in several of his problem points, but not improvements to the point of being considered typical or normal in that developmental scale. Does that make sense? So, like, for example, his speech has gotten a little bit better, but not a lot of it better, as you hear him back there talking to himself. And his feeding has actually gotten a little bit better, but not a lot of it better. And there's been a little bit more movement in his lower extremities, but not a lot of it. You get it? So the surgery was a success so far, although we have to wait for 3 to 6 months to really claim it as a whole success, that we don't have to go back in for that particular surgery. So yeah, and other than that, I personally have been just feeling tired and stressed out and sad and overwhelmed and just all of that stuff, which I think is a legitimate thing to be feeling at this time. So anywho, I guess I'm gonna wrap this video up because it's really not going anywhere. Whatever year this is, Valentine's Day, and I love him. He is cute and funny and a little terrapot. You know what else we've gotten since surgery? We've gotten a 2-year-old, okay? Because before he was kind of like not all here. He was, but he wasn't. And now he's gotten a lot more like cognition coming in because of his brain surgery. And so he is just crunking, okay? He's very opinionated. He is bossy. He is a terrorist. He's a terrapot. He be tearing up my house. My house, for somebody who can't walk, you would wonder how my house get looking like so. Okay? That's what I be trying to figure out. How in the world you can't walk? So why my house look so? So anyway, I'm gonna end this video because now I'm just rambling for no reason. I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for supporting me. Thank you guys for understanding when I do and don't share information about this topic, because it is a process. And thank you guys for being kind in your responses to anything I share with you in the comment section down below. Until next time, be encouraged. Bye, y'all. You guys, I should be asleep because it is really, really late or early in the morning. It's February 14th, and I don't know. I was editing the video that I should be putting up today if I actually get this thing edited.
And then I didn't finish, so I gave up. I came upstairs. And then when I was putting my son to bed, I got really emotional, started crying. Because it hit me that it was February 14th. And like I said in the video, it just has so much meaning. So anyway, I don't really know why I'm adding this part. I guess I just felt like sharing that, and that I am still emotionally affected by the fact that I made it, is what I think. Like, they told me he wasn't going to live. They told me, I'm so sleepy. They told me he wasn't going to live. They told me all these bad things were going to happen. They made it seem like I couldn't survive this. And it's hard. It is the hardest thing I've ever had to experience in my life. And I have experienced a lot of hard things. I've had lots of deaths. To people who I know that are close to me, I've been in a house fire. I've been, a lot of stuff. I'm not going to go into all of it here, but this is by far the hardest thing in the world because you have to watch your child struggle and go through so many hardships, and that is very difficult. And just, the first time, I've been told that there's a difference between first time mother experience and what I'm experiencing, but I can't tell or does that make sense? I've been told that if I were just a first time mother of a typical child, I would have a lot of emotions. And I was like, really? Because I think that all of the stress and stuff that I felt, I just associated with having to deal with all these surgeries and medical problems and special needs and developmental delays and disabilities. And even then, I am still sometimes like I made it. I didn't make it because he's only 2.5, so I haven't made anything yet until I actually finish raising a man that's self-sufficient. And I hope that's possible.